everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite books of 2022. So as per usual, this was really tough to narrow down all the books that I've read this year that are my favorites this year, and this year I decided not to go in particular order for these favorites just because this year was a good year, but it was a stressful year because of my wedding this year. I'm happy about that, don't get me wrong. It's just this year was like kind of a year of a reading slump, so I didn't meet my reading goal, which was 50 books, but that's okay. I try my best, and plus I need to put my wedding as top priority, so hopefully in 2023 I'll get a better reading year. But without further ado, let's talk about my favorite books of the year. So like I said, these aren't particular order, but one of my favorite books of this year is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about a woman who is in a life journey of becoming an actress, and a journalist is hired to write about her life basically. And I love this book so much. I honestly thought about reading this on audiobook, but I'm glad that I didn't, because throughout the book you got like newspaper articles and stuff like back in the old days when movies were becoming a thing, and I've just loved that. And I know many people have loved this book, and I know some people that didn't like it, but this is one of my favorite books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If I rank all the books that I've read by her so far, Daisy Jones and XX would be still my number one favorite. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo would be next, and then Carrie Soto is back by her, obviously, and then Malibu Rising. That's how I ranked all the books by Taylor Jenkins Reid so far, and I do want to read a lot more of her books, and I think she has another book coming out next year. I don't remember, but if she is, I will definitely be anticipating that. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid books that I read, and I'm just happy that I really enjoyed reading it this year. And the next favorite book of the year is Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the last book of the These Violent Delights duology, and if you haven't read the first book is basically a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in Shanghai in the 1920s, and I love this series so much. I love the characters, and I honestly almost cried when I read this, to be honest with you, and I've read this on audiobook, and I'm glad that I did, even though I didn't listen to the audiobook for the first book. I'm just really happy that I did, and I'm just really happy that I did, and I'm just really love these characters, and I love the world, and I do want to read more of Chloe Gong, because I know she got a book that just came out this year called Fool Lady's Fortune, which I'm really excited to read, and hopefully I'll get to it as soon as I can. But yeah, this is one of my favorite sequels that I've read, even though I really need to catch up on my sequels because I am so behind on them. But either way, this is one of my favorite sequels that I've read this year. And the next book that is my favorite of the year is Delphine and the Silver Needle by Alyssa Moon. This is about one of Cinderella's mice she was an orphan, and then she gets invited to the palace, and then people are going after her special needle, and that's all I know from reading it. I've read it within a day, and oh my gosh, I love this book so much. I love Delphine. I love Prince Alexander. I think that's his name. I know he has a name. I'm so mad that I've forgotten his name already. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Alexander. So I honestly love how this world's basically, I'm not sure when it takes place in the story Cinderella, but I know it's about the mice, and I just love this book so much, and I can't wait to read the sequel, and I think that just came out this year, and I definitely want to continue on with the series, even though, like I mentioned, I am so behind on sequels. But yeah, I'm just really excited to continue on with the series, and oh my gosh, and this cover is just so gorgeous, and I'm just glad that I picked this up this year, and this is definitely one of my favorite books that I've read this year, if you guys couldn't tell. And plus, as a Disney fan, I have no doubts that I was gonna wasn't going to enjoy it, and I just really enjoyed it, and I just can't wait to continue on with this series. And the next book that is a favorite of mine this year is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shea Ernshaw. This is the story that takes place after Nightmare Before Christmas about Sally and Sally's perspective, where she's just married Jack Skellington, and then all the members of Halloween Town was put to sleep, and only she can save Halloween Town. And I really love this book so much. I also read this within a day, and I just love this book so much. And plus, for a Disney fan that I am, I've met Jack and Sally at Mickey's Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's why I read this as soon as it came out, just because not only it was my most anticipated release of the year, and I just love this book so much. I love Sally as a character, and I love Jack Skellington. I just love to hear from Sally's perspective of the story. So yeah, I'm just glad that I've read it, and I of course love Shea Ernshaw's writing style, and that's why I enjoyed it so much as well. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite Disney books that I've read this year, and I probably will read more next year, but who knows. But yeah, this is definitely a book that is worth reading to me. And the next book that is my favorite this year is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Oh my gosh, I couldn't speak today. But this is about two authors who are on writer's blog. One writes romance, one writes literary fiction, and the two decided to swap genres just so they could get out of writer's block. And yeah, I really love this book so much. I love the characters, and I do love the romance in this book, and I love how they put in touch of what January went through in her past, and I'm just happy that I've read this, because I was afraid of not liking it, but I'm glad that I did, and I know I want to read more books from Emily Henry. So yeah, and I've heard nothing but good things about her other books, so yeah, I'm just glad that I picked this up when I said I wanted to pick it up, and I'm just glad that I finally did, because now it became one of my favorite books this year. And the next book that is my favorite book this year is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is about a woman who decided to work at a Renaissance fair, and then she meets a guy, and someone I know how big it is, but that's how I've wanted to read the book in the first place, and I'm just glad that I did, because I thought it was so cute. It kind of took me to the Renaissance fair, because I never been to one, and I've always wanted to go to one, and it kind of took me like I was there at the Renaissance fair, and I'm just glad that I did, and I can't wait to read more books in the series, because they're companion novels. So yeah, you don't have to read them in order, but by knowing me, I've always wanted to read the books in order, but I'm just really excited to read more books in this series. And yeah, it is one of my favorite books that I've read this year, and I'm so proud that I've been reading more adult romances, just because like I'm branching out more than just what I used to. But yeah, this is definitely another adult romance that became a favorite of mine. And the next book that became my favorite this year is The Shadows Between Us by Tricia Levin Sellers. This is about a girl who's trying to woo the Shadow King, and then she finds out someone else is also after the Shadow King, and that's basically the synopsis. And I love this book so much. I love the characters, and I really like the romance in here, and I really like the world. And no, it's supposed to be a standalone, but Tricia Levin Sellers revealed that there's going to be a sequel to this, so I'm more excited about that. And this is definitely another favorite of mine by her, and I do need to read more of her books, because I know she just wrote Blade of Secrets duology. I'm not sure if that's the actual name of the series, but I definitely know I need to read those. So yeah, and I know that she's also coming out with a next book in Darva Pyrocade series, and I'm just really excited about that. So yeah, Tricia Levin Sellers becoming one of my favorite authors, and I would definitely want to read more from her. And the next book that became a favorite of mine is Sadie by Courtney Summers. This is about a girl who's taking revenge on after her sister goes missing or murdered. I'm trying to remember because I read this at the beginning of the year and I can't not believe I forgot. Yeah, she wants revenge on her sister's kidnapper. So yeah, that's basically it. I love this book so much. I love the audiobook. I honestly couldn't stop listening to it because it was so good, because there's a podcast element to it, which I really liked, and I do want to read more books by her, and I know that there's mixed reviews on the project, but I still want to give it a try. But yeah, I just definitely want to read more books by her because I really enjoyed Sadie so much. And the next book that became a favorite of mine is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This is about a woman whose father just passed away, and she was going back to her hometown, but then a ghost ends up following her around, and that's basically the synopsis of it. And I'm just love this book so much. I also kind of read this within a day, and I'm really glad that I did, just because I enjoy the book so much. I love Florence, and I love who was the other character? I forgot. I also love. Yeah, was it? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names. I feel bad. Oh my gosh, but yeah, I forgot his name already. What the heck? I love this character. Oh my gosh, I am so bad at this, but I do love the characters in here, and I just love how the family dynamics to it, because that's what I love about in books. And I definitely, Ashley Poston is definitely a favorite author of mine, and I know she's coming out with another adult romance called The 7-Year Slip, and yeah, and then she's also coming out with a Buffy prequel book, which I really want to try, but I've never seen a Buffy TV show, so it's like, should I give it, just read it and go along with it, or just watch the TV show before actually reading it? But anyways, she's still a favorite author of mine, and I just can't wait to read more books by her. And the last book that has become a favorite of mine is These Deadly Games by Diana Urban. This is about a girl who's just found out that her sister was kidnapped, and the kidnapper said if you don't play this game, he threatens to kill her, so she has to play these deadly games in order to find her sister. And oh boy, this book is so twisted, and I honestly love it, because I've read all these deadly all your twisted secrets by Diana Urban, and that's also twisted as well, and I just really like that. And I think this is my favorite by her so far, and I know she's coming out with another book next year called Lying in the Deep, which is a mystery takes place on a cruise ship, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, I'm excited to read more books by this author, and yeah, this is definitely a favorite book by her that is my favorite. So that is all for my favorite books of this year. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite books of the year is. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!